Good evening, traders. Adam here, Bull Logic, doing the market analysis with you. Bit of an uneventful day. Market finishing just slightly up, pretty much flat for the day. Kind of made a nice run from the mid-afternoon into the close to finish right under that 1420 level. Remember, that was the big resistance. We did break above that at one point a couple of days ago. We pushed back below that on Friday, and now we're kind of trending here right in the middle between that 1420 and these lows that were put in at 1403 or the 1400s, which is also another big support just because of the psychological 1400 level. Again, we are still leaning short biased here just because we are not seeing any kind of real conviction come out of the bulls. Yeah, they made a nice little run up before the election, but do they have it in them to actually take them above 1420 and above the 50-day moving average? I don't know. I'm just not seeing it right now. And until they can actually step up and prove something, I'm still going to lean a little bit more to the short side, looking for that 1390 test and here and that 1390 support test right here for our next major levels. Looking at the other indexes, we're seeing a nice hold of support on that 200-day moving average. We're really starting to test that 200-day moving average a lot. Usually that is a bad sign when you test some area of support multiple times real close together, as in the last couple of days we've tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. Usually that's going to make it give way, so we could be seeing a lower move here on the NASDAQ if it does get any kind of sell-off whatsoever. Russell 2000 holding up a little bit better than the other indexes. It is still fighting with this support level, this resistance level. It is held above that 200-day moving average. Hasn't really put too much pressure on it right now. We are seeing it come into that 20-day moving average. As you can see, the sloping down of the 20-day moving average coming in. We're going to see if that is going to be any kind of resistance, if we can move higher. We're also seeing a pretty flat 50-day moving average right here at the resistance. This is going to make for very strong resistance into that 833 level. Going to be something to watch if the bulls can even muster up the strength to get it up that high. One thing we did notice is the pop in volatility today. I was lucky enough to sell out my VIX calls just because of the election was running up, and then I was able to take a 50% profit on those VIX calls. Nice, easy play for a one-day play. One thing we are seeing in volatility is a backwardation. What this means is that the VIX cash, this green line, as you can see, is now above the futures line. Basically, the November futures is here at 1805, and the VIX cash is here at 1840. This is a sign that people are more scared about the near term. This is not something that happens very often. Most of the time, the VIX is what they call in contango, which means the cash is below the futures, and the futures will follow each other up. Backwardation has it the other way around, means the cash is either above the futures or the futures are actually in a downtrend. This is just something we don't see very often. It means there's a lot of near-term fear or a lot of near-term volatility. People don't really know what's going to happen real near-term. Now, I say that just because this is a November future, so that's even just a couple of weeks out. But people are worried about the now, and that is just because of the election coming up tomorrow. We're probably going to see a continued rise in volatility somewhere in the 18s, I would expect, at least going into tomorrow or tomorrow evening. Until we can really get this election behind us, I'm not really sure how the market is going to get affected by the election. If Romney wins, if Obama wins, I don't really know how the market will be affected, if it's going to go up for one, down for the other. I really can't tell you on that. But what we can look at is just how volatility is going to act. Is it going to come out a lot tomorrow? We do have the Greek coming out with some news, the Greek elections or something like that, also on Wednesday. So we might see volatility really start to come out of this market and really come off of that 18 level, maybe back into the 17s and the 16s. Now, I'm not saying just go ahead and just short the VIX here, but let's just start to see what's going to happen as we get these two different announcements. First our election and then the news out of Greece. All right, everyone. For now, just going to be probably a really choppy day tomorrow just because the election is going to be on news. Might want to play a little soft. It's probably going to be a lot of traders not actually trading tomorrow just because they just want to get this election and get it out of the way, get it behind us. Let's move on. Let's get to something different and something new. We're tired of hearing about this. Let's just get it on and over with, and let's get back to the trading that we like to do. So we're going to play it pretty safe tomorrow. Not too many positions out there that we're going to take. if they're really setting up, then we'll take them. But if not, then we're just going to let them go by until we can really see what this market is going to do after this election. All right, everyone. Have a good night and good luck to tomorrow.